Hi guys, my name is Dylan McLaughlin. Throughout the semester we have learned many different leadership skills and techniques. My personal leadership philosophy is to always strive for greatness. I believe that striving for greatness stems from leading by example. As a leader, this form of leadership brings teammates and followers along with you, which is very important. A leader needs to set the tone for the expectations that are necessary. A great leader is always motivating their followers to be the best that they can be. As an athlete and leader, I'm always trying to better myself to help improve individual and team success. It doesn't matter, get better is one motto that we live by on our hockey team here at Canisius. Striving for greatness is a mindset and is a mentality that can inspire followers and teammates through work ethic. Personally, I like to set goals for myself to motivate myself to always be the best that I can be. Confidence is also a very important attribute. A couple years ago, I heard Austin Matthews, a superstar in the NHL, say that he doesn't want to limit himself to specific numbers he wants to reach in a season. He stated that he is confident enough in his abilities and work ethic to not stop at a certain limit. This is a leadership technique that I've used ever since I heard this statement. It is important to never set a limit on yourself, whether it be an individual goal or a team goal. It is also a priority of mine to not let anything get in the way of my dreams and goals, and that comes from work ethic. One skill that I've tried to get better at over the years is to learn from my mistakes. For this class, I read a very inspiring book that was written by John Kavanagh, Conor McGregor's coach and trainer. The book is called Win or Learn, which is a philosophy that both McGregor and Kavanagh live by. I believe that the statement of you either win or you learn is extremely relatable to every leader in every sport. If a team or individual loses, it is necessary to learn from that loss and to get better from it. You are never losing because you are always learning for the next competition or game. As a competitor and a leader, I have learned that it is important to find your why. This is something that we as a team here at Canisius have discussed several times. If you play for your why and strive for greatness and success in that why, then it will be hard to be denied. I watched the Hard Knock series on HBO every year, and this year the Cleveland Browns were being followed. One of the leaders on that team stood up during a meeting and told everyone to write down their whys on a piece of paper and tape it on the ceiling above their bed. This would allow them every morning to wake up and be motivated to pursue greatness that day. After watching that scene, I wrote down my whys and taped them above my bed to create a sense of inspiration to the start of my day. The videos of the athletic directors that we had to watch during the semester had many great leadership skills and techniques being showed. Each athletic director focused on the importance of communication. Communication must be clear and precise to produce the best outcomes for the individual and the team. Great communication enhances the relationships between people, which will help one another accomplish important goals. In my experience, the closest teams are always the best teams, and communication is a vital role in that. Jeremy Foley, the former athletic director at Florida, focused on spending quality time with his employees and student athletes. This allowed him to have a better relationship to the people and athletes at the school. He's a believer that leaders need to truly enjoy and like the people who they work with or play with. This is meant to move them towards the common goal of success. Foley said that it is good to use the fear of failure as a motivator, and I believe that is a great leadership skill as well. He also said that he tries to learn from his failures, and that failure is not fatal. This also goes along with the same concept of win or learn that John Kavanagh used, and the same with it doesn't matter, get better that we use here at Canisius Hockey. This is also a leadership skill that every leader seems to key on. There are two types of leaders that we learned about during this course: transformational leaders and servant leaders. After learning about these different forms of leadership, I was able to think about leaders who I have either met or learned about that have characteristics of each style. After reading John Kavanagh's book, Win or Learn, I believe that he is a great example of a transformational leader. A transformational leader brings employees or teammates to a higher state of being and performance. John Kavanagh had to use these traits while working with Conor McGregor and the other athletes he works with. Kavanagh always promotes belief in his athletes and elevates their physical and mental aspect of the sport. Trevor Large, my hockey coach here at Canisius, is a great example of a servant leader. A servant leader has a people-centered approach that emphasizes the interaction between leader and follower. This season, Coach Large has started off many of his pregame speeches by asking us to share one positive event that has happened in our lives today. This allows the players and the coaches to reach a new level of comfort with one another so that we can perform to our best. Coach Large is always making sure that our relationships have open communication, which is very important to our culture here at Canisius. This past summer, I was able to go on a leadership retreat with a few of my teammates that taught me many important leadership skills. One skill that has stayed with me since the retreat is the ability for the leaders to create momentum on a team. There are always times in a practice or a game where the play is not going our way, but creating positive momentum motivates the players and keeps everyone positive. We also learned that it is important to put a 10 on your teammates. Putting a 10 on someone means that you tell them how much you believe in them and that you know they will be successful in what they do. As leaders, we create an ethos statement for our team, which is the core beliefs in which we all try to live by. I believe that this is an important strategy for all leaders because it allows everyone involved with the team to understand what we live by. This allows everyone to play and act with a sense of unity. Since I believe that striving for greatness is necessary to all leaders, it is important not to let doubt take over the mind. Conor McGregor said it best. He said that doubt is only removed by action. If you're not working, then that's where doubt comes in. This is such a strong message for me because I believe that as an athlete and leader, you need to be leading by example, and you can only do that through action. Leaders should not doubt themselves because you can always be working extra hard to learn how to make yourself better. Set goals for yourself and attract your followers by work ethic and belief. That's how you strive for greatness.